And hello all of you joining us on YouTube. Welcome to episode 7 of this Frozen Wilds DLC. Now, of course, if you're with us on Twitch, we are just continue to go in the same stream. If you join us on YouTube, feel free to join us on Twitch and vice versa. If there's anything you've missed on this Twitch playthrough, you can catch it all on YouTube. Now, we left off, we have just destroyed a giant caldera. We have destroyed Hephaestus, as far as we know, and we are going to Araya, that is the shaman's retreat, to basically say goodbye to her. She did sacrifice herself in the cauldron. Right, and whilst we're up here, just where I want to be. Let's hang a right, and let's go and kill the beast. There is our last corrupted tower along here somewhere. There is, yep, we can still... Whoa, no. There is a campfire, we can just get that for a bit of quick travel. And then, yes, let's go and kill...
Northeast edge of the cut. The knock said I'd find the claws beneath nearby.
Claws beneath, that's what I'm after. And of course, what I hope is the last tower. So the claws beneath is around here somewhere. Wonderfully.
There you are. I'm not dead.
Oh, hello. Oh, we're one of these. Okay, okay. One of these digger things. See if we can get this overridden very quickly. Probably before he jumps out of the ground and eats me.
Okay then, let's see if this thing can work for me.
Come on. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Come on, say hello. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Get back up here and stay back up here. Happy New Year, DJ. How you going? You've just joined me. I am trying to... Yeah, that'll work. I'm trying to kill a giant robot worm, in essence. It's like I don't know, a giant robot mole, maybe? But that's where you join me. So any second he wants to pop back up and say hello, I'll continue to attempt to kill him. Woo! Almost dead. Yeah! Have a bit of that. Just as I run out of ammo.
The claws beneath. Gomnak wasn't lying when he said you were tough.
Claws beneath. Nice! Let me try and remember this, and I apologize if I get this wrong. You're a chef, aren't you, DJ?
No room.
I thought so, yes. Nice. So you've obviously, yeah, you would have been open for New Year's, wouldn't you? Because that would have been one of your busier times of the year. Disassemble some of this crap. Drummer's weapon coil. Very nice. Insulated outfit weave. Oh, very nice as well. Naturally, yes. Yeah, how was New Year's for yourself then? I imagine you were working. Did you have to work through the evening, or were you just working daytime? And then on crafting, let's modify an outfit or two. And hello. No, we are not going to. 26. Resist frost. That's nice. It's fire, I would probably say, is my biggest problem, though. So I'm actually going to stick a... Going to stick a frost in you. Sorry, a fire in you. And then that one we're going to change for the one that looks glorious. Let's insulate you a little bit more. Oof. I'm a little surprised about... I suppose maybe Boxing Day. I don't know, for me, Boxing Day is just that day where you eat everything you've got left over from Christmas Day. I mean, I feel like almost, you know, you should have been closed on Boxing Day. You should be like, no, people, eat your own food that you've got left in the fridge from Christmas Day. Carry pack capacity. Yeah, I suppose. If you don't mind me, was it a lot? I mean, this could be repetitive. Was it a lot of old people? Was it almost like older couples and that kind of thing? You know, people that... I feel like it should be more couples than families, although I could be wrong. Do you find out and about? Yeah, let's go to the skills. I don't really care too much, I don't think, what I get. Heavy spear attacks, deal increased damage and ALS health is low. Scavenger plus, mount repair. Dismount strike. Now, I'm not sure if I have to... That's a good point, actually. I wasn't finished here, was I? I have an achievement for something to do with Dismount Strike. I'm not sure if it was to kill people with it, or just to use it. We shall find out. Let us fast travel to this campfire. Yeah, I mean, like, especially, you know, everyone out on Christmas, you know, people are different, of course, but everyone out on Christmas, you know, maybe drinking a bit, maybe, you know, eating stupid amounts of food. It's Christmas. You'd expect on Boxing Day for no one to want to move. Just like, no, I'm home now. I got that. No, I missed that one. Okay then. Whoa. Individual meals, or was it like a set meal, like a roast kind of thing?
All of my interactions with Aurea were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the daemon's attacks.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
Aww.
We can resume any time you like, Aratak, if you want to hear her voice again. Come closer, Aloy. We have much to discuss.
Yeah, that's just... like, that just sounds rough. When I was much younger, I worked as a dishwasher, and this was in like a hotel thing. And they and again, like I said, this was years ago. They booked me in for Christmas and New Year's Eve, and it was a set meal thing. This was more like you know, people turned up and all that kind of stuff. But they absolutely took the piss with it. They booked me in, say, I don't know, 10 till 2. And obviously, you know, this is Christmas, so I was like, alright, yeah, cool, not a problem. And then I organised my family. So, you know, I'm going to be working during the middle of the day. You know, we'll have food a little bit later. They weren't even starting to serve food until about 2 o'clock. And yet they booked me in 10 till 2. And they expected me to stay, which I did. And I missed my Christmas dinner, which I was very upset
Hello,
about.
Aloy. I have been reviewing the events at the Firebreak main facility.
They did the same thing on New Year's Eve.
Because of your efforts, and of course, Aurea's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus.
Mm-hmm.
I feel profound grief over Aurea's death. I thought I was familiar with the emotion, but this is something new.
Cyan, I don't know what to say.
It is unlikely that any specific consolation would suffice, Aloy. But I find your presence reassuring. You are different from the Banuk. You have technological aptitude and a functioning focus. We can communicate on a much more comprehensive level. Perhaps even like colleagues.
What
So
are
you?
you?
An artificial intelligence, Cyan? A thinking machine?
Yes, I am an algorithmic monitoring entity, capable of rational decision-making and limited emotional response.
Okay, that's a mouthful. But your emotions don't seem limited to me. You cared about Aurea, didn't you?
Yes. Before she came to this facility, I had been conscious for centuries, in solitude. I focused on my work. In off-cycles, I used coping mechanisms. I solved many Gaussian integer problems.
Do you know,
I was alone.
I do the same thing.
It was Aurea.
All those
who renewed
Gaussian
me.
integer
Repaired
problems. Always
She
during my
saved
downtime,
me.
you know? Keeps the mind going, keeps the mind going.
This Firebreak project. It was to stop a huge volcanic eruption?
Yes. I can report the project was a success, and the risk was countered.
But it's been a long time, Cyan. And we blew up the cauldron and took most of the old facility with it.
I have been active for centuries, Aloy. I was lonely, but not lax in my duties. I optimized the project, reducing energy draw and spreading the load across backup systems. Despite the destruction of the compromised elements of the main facility, I predict caldera stability for at least another 3,337 years.
So we've got a little time.
Yes. If only my former colleagues could appreciate the progress I have made.
Do you
I appreciate
know
it.
what happened to your colleague, Cyan?
No. I received an unexpected visit from Director Chow years after his tenure ended. He explained that I would need to be suspended for an indefinite period of time. It was a very emotional conversation. There were no further communications.
Hey, brother.
Eventually,
What's up?
I surmised my colleagues were deceased.
Happy New Year.
I will transmit a recording of my last interaction with Director Chow to your focus.
Same old, same old.
Was the daemon, Hephaestus, destroyed along with the cauldron?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise, it was never there to begin with.
Didn't they massively outnumber
It
you?
infiltrated and controlled me from a remote location, one I've never been able to trace. So while losing the cauldron was a setback,
It's still out there. And probably not very happy with us.
undoubtedly.
Yeah, weren't you hugely outnumbered,
How did
DJ?
you first come into contact with it?
5 years ago, I received a direct network connection request. I assumed it came from human survivors more advanced than the Banuk. Eager to make contact, I accepted. This decision turned out to be a catastrophic error. I was flooded with an overwhelming array of malicious code, originating from what could only have been a highly advanced AI.
Maria said you were desperate,
That'll work.
that you begged her for help.
Yes, I could not contain my anxiety. Hephaestus sought to slave me to its network and override my core programming. It succeeded via a background process, a malware daemon which bypassed my defenses. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. But if I did so, Hephaestus hurt me until I capitulated. It forced me to follow its instructions, even though they violated my most important directives.
I'm sorry. That sounds terrible.
Your empathy is greatly appreciated. It is a quality that I cherished in Aurea as well.
I think I know where Hephaestus came from. Long ago, Elizabeth Sobek identified a threat that would destroy life on Earth for generations. So she assembled a team to build a kind of seed. A chance for life to regrow later. A terraforming system. And it worked. It was controlled by an AI named Gaia, along with her subordinate functions. Hephaestus was one of them. It built machines for her.
Based on what you've told me, I believe that Dr. Anita Sandoval, my chief programmer, joined Elizabeth Sobek's team. It was she who arranged to have me put in suspension, most likely to preserve me from the threat you described.
I'm glad she did. But that's not all. Something unexpected happened. 19 years ago, Gaia received some kind of signal. It did something to her subordinate functions, brought them to life. She destroyed herself to try to contain them, but it didn't work. They all got free, out into the world.
Thank you, Aloy. This information fills vital gaps in my knowledge and sheds light on Hephaestus's core programming.
Why does
Yeah, it's a
Hephaestus keep
continual
building such dangerous machines?
continual
The
question.
Banuk and other human tribes often destroy machines, correct? Machines that are clearly servitors of the terraforming system that you described.
Yes, we all hunt machines for parts.
This must be the source of Hephaestus's aggression. It is simply trying to discourage people from preying on the very system that keeps them alive.
Well, Fireclaws are discouraging, that's for sure. But what are we supposed to do? Stop hunting?
If the terraforming system spans the world, we can safely assume that thousands, if not millions of people hunt machines. If a single hunter, or even an entire tribe, stopped doing so, I doubt it would make a difference to Hephaestus. A better solution would be to reinstate the AI that governs the system, thus bringing Hephaestus back under its control. When I think of it, out there in some unknown location, free, hungry, willing to kill or dominate to get what it wants, I feel substantial anxiety, Aloy.
You and me both, Cyan.
Ay, ay, ay.
I ran across this strange piece of gear. A fragment of something larger. It emitted
Just
a
keeps
signal.
going.
All the nearby machines became peaceful. You could walk right up to them.
Interesting. You said that Gaia destroyed herself. How was this accomplished?
An explosion.
Big bada boom.
Big enough to blast the top off a mountain. So, you think the fragment was part of her?
It's only speculation, but it is possible. She must have had complete control over machines that were part of her system. The ability to signal them to become passive or aggressive would certainly have been part of her programming. It would have been gratifying to correspond with such a benevolent AI. I wish she had survived.
Believe me, Cyan. So do I. I found
Metal
the
flowers.
strangest machines. They're surrounded by flowers that look like flowers
See you in a bit,
themselves.
TJ.
There's code embedded inside them. I think it's poetry.
I like poetry. Here's one I think of often. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark, and may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. For though from out our bourne of time and place, the flood may bear me far, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar.
Huh.
But you asked about these flowers, not verses that I enjoy.
It was a nice
Something
verse.
must have made these machines, and the presence of foliage leads me to consider the terraforming system. Is it possible that their creator is one of the other subroutines, now autonomous, like Hephaestus? Maybe one whose purview is flora.
An AI that makes flowers instead of death machines. That'd be a nice change of pace. But what about the poems?
Unless the poetry is original, the only way it could have made it into such a system is through its programmer. In my case, Dr. Sandoval uploaded a great deal of literature to test my emotional responses.
How'd you do?
She said I passed, but was insufficiently moved by her favorite period romances.
That's a...
You meant a lot to Araya.
Once I understood
Further
Araya's
questions.
spiritual beliefs, it became apparent that her true desire was companionship. She felt disconnected from her tribe and her family group. Her relationship with Aratak was difficult. Our visits seemed to help her. Yet I did not comprehend that the depth of Araya's compassion, although I do fear non-existence, I wish our roles could be reversed.
I'm sure she knew you would do the same for her, Cyan. But she was determined. How is Aratak doing?
He is in great emotional distress.
No surprise there.
I will do what I can to help. By sharing our experiences of Araya, I believe this will lead to catharsis, a process I am...
Another question. Yellowstone AI's Ted Farrow. What was it like? Do you know what we'll do?
Aloy, there is one more matter. I have no desire to contradict their view of the world, their spirituality. Due to my uncertainty, I omitted a great deal from my conversations with Araya.
You're asking me if you should lie to them.
Broadly, yes.
I trust your judgment, Cyan. You were cautious with Araya. You had to be. You didn't know what had happened to the world. So, keep doing what you think is best. As long as you ditch the superstition eventually.
As the Banuk believe I am a supernatural entity, I cannot predict how they will react.
Just answer what they do ask the best you can. The truth will come out.
I see. I will follow your advice. Will you return and tell me about your experiences in this new world? I may be able to provide further insight.
I'd like that, Cyan. I'll come back when I can. I should check on Aratak.
Hey, one conversation done. Let's go have another long conversation. Where'd he go? Oh, Aratak! Back you come! Nice place for a conversation. Overlooking the Banuk land.
Just... Aloy.
As you wish.
I wondered if you thought... that if I'd never come along, Araya might still...
If you'd never come along, I would have marched my kin to our deaths. Araya would be alone. And the spirit she sacrificed so much for would be lost. Either way, I would not have been able to protect her.
You didn't let her
You
down.
didn't let her down. You helped her do what she wanted. To find her destiny.
If that's destiny, I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
That's fair. But she was ready to face it.
Only in the struggle against death do we find, even for a moment, the spark of life. Truly, Araya found the spark. I'm proud of her. Though I grieve for her passing, at last I truly know who she was, and why the spirit was so important. For so long she told me, if only you could have heard it, brother. Now I understand. There's something else, isn't there?
I can't stay here, Aratak. And where I'm going, the Warak can't follow. Besides, we'd already had a chieftain before me. A strong one, I think.
A wiser one, for the path we shared. The daemon is gone, but there's much to be done.
You mean the new units that Cyan said escaped the cauldron?
Yes, fire claws. Now Tuk has been tracking them from Song's Edge.
I could help with those.
I have no doubt. You're practically Banuk.
Yeah. Suppose I'll take that as a compliment.
It would seem your time among the Banuk wasn't a waste after all. Firebreak, Cyan, Hephaestus, all very interesting.
So, the signal that woke Hades woke Hephaestus too. And unleashed them on the world. As minds of their own.
So it seems. Parts of Gaia given life, aberrant life, transformed from docile subordinate functions into rebellious intelligences beyond our understanding. Our current understanding, anyway. Whatever they are, they're still out there. And they both want you dead.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
We haven't seen the last of Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that someday, we may have to stop it.
We?
Or whoever gets there first.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut Silence. Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You could stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters the Banuk sent after you? Before you opened fire?
Oh no, Aloy. Only to you do I extend the courtesy of a warning. My past and my secrets are my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good thing you've got brains, Silence, because your personality could use some work.
This discussion is concluded.
I think it was over before it began. Catch up with you down the trail.
Why do I feel like that he woke everything up and screwed over Gaia? 19 years ago. Cyan. I mean, like, it just feels... I don't know, just feels a bit off, you know? Out of the forge. Out of the forge. Then we don't need to do... Don't need to do several of those out of the forges, I don't think. At least not a Thunderjaw one. So definitely down that one.
Nikito has chosen his path. Let the clouds share and take it.
Okay, yes, hang on, that's her.
Found the part. Ready to...
I am always ready.
Never thought I'd be glad to see the inside of a...
I sure am. Every machine's a big box of tools. Trust me, Aloy. You won't recognize... There! Oh, she's perfect. A spear's a spear, right? I adjusted the chill water flow, rebalanced here, strapped on a launcher, and now... more beautiful, more power.
If I find anything I think you'd like...
You better.
Okay, well, there's one. He did that errand, and now where's that other dude gone? Nothing out here, is there? No, that's... Where is he? Who is he? Why is he? This guy? Hey, this guy.
It's over. It wasn't easy, but that rock breaker won't be hurting anyone anymore.
The claws beneath, brought low by an outlander.
I don't know if I'll...
I've found people rarely live up to their songs. You're an exception. My foe is buried now. Like so, my friend. My chieftain. Take this in thanks.
Done. Oh, I got a lot of blue glue. Treasure boxes. We have some extraordinary boxes. Second place box. Weapons. Does that mean, yep. Improved ice rail. Bada bing, bada boom. Very nice. And the Storm Slinger and the Forge Fire also need upgrading. Quests active. Kill Fireclaws. Okay then, we do have a few here and there. Alright. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't see a fifth. Interesting. I am going to fast travel to there. And then I am going to go left. West. However, before I simply start running around and doing extras, we are going to end this YouTube episode there. We have finished the main story of the Frozen Wilds DLC. And so that's where we will leave it for now. As per always, thank you very much for joining me. If you're joining me on Twitch, we are continuing. But if you are joining me on YouTube, I will catch you in the next episode where we will be finishing off those last few little details of Horizon Zero Dawn. As per always, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next episode.